Hi, this is Deborah Weaver, and we're going to finish the PJ set here and do the bottom. I can see that the last thing that we probably should do, though, on this sketch is to smooth out this, or rather straighten out the side seam information, because we really don't need it to be fitted on a PJ. We can just go in and delete all of those anchor points there to get it to look more straight. Okay, so here we're going to go ahead and move our front pieces. Let's just get them all grouped together. So we have the front grouped, all the aspects, and the back grouped. And now we can move those two over to the other page. Get them out of the way as we work on the pant. Okay, so on the pant, we're going to want it to hit like ankle length. This looks like a nice long pant. We have a tie here. It's more than likely just a elastic with a tie tunnel waist. So we're going to go ahead and go lower, because these are not usually like right up to the actual waist. They're usually worn a little bit lower. So we're going to go ahead and come here, come out. Let's do our what a sketch would look like when the PJ is laid out. Just going to be more on this vein over here. Let's see what that looks like. We do want to have some shape in the hip, just a little bit, and then come up. I would say that leg is a little bit too extreme, so I'm going to just bring it somewhere in the middle. We just want to have some little bit of separation here. If I move that down and out a little bit, that's starting to look okay to me. I'm going to just bring this up a tad. I'm going to go ahead and make this line a little bit more curved up here so that we have more of a crotch at that view there. Swing it in just slightly. And there we go. So there is a decent front. I'm going to go ahead and finish all the information before I go over to the other side. Actually, we can go ahead and put the gathers right in there, so we don't really do. Let's go ahead and mirror it over again. So get it over to the right side. We can see that our center front line wasn't perfectly straight, so let's just get that nudged over. And then now we can grab these two lines, Control C, Control V. Let's go ahead and, so we can follow the same shape. Link that together. Let's put it in one of our gather brushes. See which one we like. Not that one, obviously. Let's come up to maybe this one. This one's better. Okay, so when we use brushes like this, we can see whether we like what the ratio is of all the gathers on the waistband, whether we like it or not. For sure, we're going to take the fill out. We don't need a fill on this. We want to see what's in the background. I would say it looks a little like there's too much gathers, so I'm going to come out here and take some of them out. Once I like it better, I do like this better, so I'm going to go ahead and just expand the appearance of this brush, and then take out the pieces that I don't want, which is all the stuff here on the side. So we're just going to go ahead and expand the appearance. Now it's all these little shapes, and I can see that from this hook to that hook, I need to get rid of all that stuff on the side. So I'm just going to use this tool right here to grab it all and delete what I don't need. See, it all stays grouped no matter what. So let's move it back into place and then zoom in to see that it's all touching the top waistband line. Okay, we can see that it's a little bit out. So let's reshape it into the pant here. And then I'm just going to move these couple of lines over so that they're not going right over the seam. I'm just going to delete that one. Let's move this one in just slightly so it looks better. A little more straight. And let's get this in the pant body. And let's move this guy in as well. Okay, so we have the gathers there now. The next thing that we would need is a tunnel stitch to put our elastic through. So this is just going to be our single needle that we should get off of the front sketch so that it's consistent, being this is a set. There we have it. So now we can come back in and see if we're going to want to add a tie. Let's get the lines inside. There's our tunnel. The next thing would be if we are going to have this tie here, it would have to come out of a buttonhole. So let's go ahead and grab our buttonhole. Control C, click on the layer that I want it to be on top. Control V, now it's going to be on this top layer. I'm just going to zoom in to make sure that it's not coming off of the tunnel and has to fit within the tunnel size, which is going to be here. And then I'm going to repeat it over onto this side. I know that when I go to put the tie that I have in there on this, I'm actually going to need to have a very small crossover shape that's in the same size as my bow here. So there it is. I'm going to be bringing my bow on top, which is already grouped, and drop that into place in the buttonholes. Let's zoom in to see that we're getting it to where it appears that it's coming out of these buttonholes and then beginning the tie. So here we have our tie coming out of the buttonhole, and then I'm going to go ahead and move my tie over here. I'm going to make this spaghetti, so I'm going to get rid of all the stitch information because on spaghetti it wouldn't be there. The bow was made for another style that had a stitch on it. So I can see here I need to move it to the front, and I'm going to shrink it because it's a little bit too big. Move it into place right over that cross loop here, and here I have my front of my pant. The last thing that I really need here is okay, so something happened to the video there, and we left at having to add the hem stitch here. So Control C, Control V, we're going to eye drop on our hem stitch here. Go ahead and put it into place. Mirror it over to the other side. And there we have our front finished. We know that we always want to group everything together, but we're going to go ahead and move this over to the back. The back view, we just need to make sure, I'm just going to go ahead and group that. Make sure that we have the waistband section perfectly straight. So we can zoom into the waistband here. You can see that we're going to go ahead and ungroup all this. We don't need the tie on here. We don't need the buttonhole or that cross loop. Our stitches were not straight. Let's go ahead and move this up to a straight position. This kind of looks pretty straight here, but let's use Shift C to adjust our anchor points so that they are straight. Shift C, grab onto that anchor. Now we have a true straight waistband. This we can just bring up. We can actually also get rid of that anchor point. We can duplicate this line here because we do need our gather information there without the dashed line. We can see that we just need to rotate that into the right position, and it is actually not straight here, so let's take that up and take that up. So there we have the front and back views of our pajama notch collar set. Let's just group these together. Those are already grouped. Move them over onto our page where we can start to add print.